chat.
Okay.
You can leave it like that, and then let me see that. You can move this off to the side. Keep playing, and that way you can actually
Read the chat.
read the chat.
Sweet. I think I can skimp this down a little bit. Here we go. Hey everybody, how's it going? This is my first attempt at a live stream, so I'm going to go in here and we're going to do some blitz. I've got a little area up here so that I can actually just read your all's messages if somebody decides to pop in and say anything. And if not, well, I'll just go ahead and blitz anyway. We have a red Skull Blitz up, and well, that means a lot of points are going to be needed. So I'm going to go ahead and start hitting this blitz up really quick, and we'll see what we can do. Copper wolf right here. He's going to bring it in. I wish I always revived my characters like this one does. I mean, whenever you fight somebody, it's like they come back 14 times. Whenever I fight somebody, I can't come back once. Alright, so I got us 5 milestones out of the way. I'm going to get through at least the milestones tonight, and I'll probably keep going too, but I'll try to stream for just a little bit and see what happens. Just letting people know that I'm doing a stream. I'll send that out to my alliance there. Maybe they'll hop on and BS with me here. I'll put it up in global too. Now let's get back to the game. Oh, shoot, it's already a new day. Let's see here. We get a 1 mega orb fragment. Alright, we're going to lock that in. We get some extra blitz charges. That'll be good for the day. Starting a new legendary event here to build up to Nick Fury if you don't have him already. And starting a brand new red star event, which I didn't get any good thing out of my red stars. Like, I get a bunch of 2 stars. I think I even had like one red star thing pop up. It wasn't really good. Here's my 1 mega orb. Let's go ahead and crack this. Well, 50 shocker, that's pretty good. I'll take that. By the way, for those of you that don't know, this is my lovely wife. She helped me kind of set this up, and we'll see where it goes. Let me get back over here to blitzing again. Now, what I normally try to do is I keep changing my team, so I don't have to actually spend any blitz points. So I just kind of run down my roster from top to bottom. And then I'll go back up and maybe select a few extras to just build up stats, because you really want to get up to about like 8, that range. You start out, you're like at, you know, ground 0 here. You're trying to build up through the ranks. And by that I mean is like every 4 wins you'll tier up a level, and that's where you actually get more points, is when you get through all those tiers. So it's really beneficial to go ahead and try to get as many points as you can up front. Clear out your milestones quickly. I try to do that relatively fast, and then I just start trying to accrue points. Once you get to like tier 8.3 is when it gets really difficult, and your teams really have to be good to be able to keep clearing them out. But we're going to try to rack up as many points as we can and just do our thing. I guess this is what they're talking about. The anniversary credits. That's right. That did start today. So the anniversary credits will let you open up specialty orbs and buy specialty items. So we'll get a hold of that here in a minute. We'll check and see what that's all about. Team again, just keep going. This is how I work it. If I just keep changing my teams and going down, I know this is another team, but it's going to cost me like 15. I don't really worry about that. I'll spend that to just keep racking up the points. When you start hitting about 50 on a team, that's when you have to start kind of watching what you're spending on. Right now I've got 700 credits to spend roughly in Blitz, so Blitz charges they're called. So I'm going to try to spend them wisely and rank up as quick as I can. Try to just keep getting points. That's the whole goal. You want to get those things up. I think when you go through the whole statistic, you can get, I believe, 21 shards just by completing the milestones. So that's always a good free goal to go ahead and get and knock out of the way. If you knock your milestones out of the way, you've got at least 21 shards right there. My prediction on this Blitz, with the way things are, and everybody's probably trapped at home, you're looking at, I don't know, 36 million, probably for top slot. That's what I'm guessing. I figure if you want to be in the top 1,000 and get any of the big numbers, you're going to have to put up like a 24 or 25 million payload on it. I've never even come close to that. I think the most I've ever got is like 8.2 million. And that was like when Ghost Rider came out or something like that. But we'll go down here and we can calculate it real quick. 1, 3, 6, 10, 15, 21. Yep, 21 is what you can get by just completing the 14 milestones. So that's typically my initial goal. As long as I get that done on day one, I feel pretty good. It's free 21 shards. It doesn't bother me to do that. This is the Red Skull, so I'll probably keep going a little bit further. Matter of fact, let me click over here and I'll say something in here. Now let's see here. Let's go ahead and get rid of this medic. I hate the medics. Medics are like anything I've ever played in game-wise. Like when I was playing like World of Warcraft, the first person I always really wanted to get rid of the healers. They can't heal. They can't really do much. They're just kind of stuck. I know back in World of Warcraft days, you'd take out the heals and then you'd move on to the damage. Or if you could do it fast enough, just wipe out the damage. And in this game, I guess it depends. At low levels, it doesn't really matter. You can just fight your way through the damage or the tanks. I know that tanks were always really important, but that's the primary target. They're setting themselves up. They're going to heal themselves back into full. That's like in almost every game. So if you take out the healers, typically, well, you know, everybody else just falls. So that's what I try to do. I still kind of base my gameplay tactics around that. If they can't heal, then they can't do anything else. So right now, it's pretty much took 3 characters from one team and cost me 15. 2 characters from another team, it's cost me 25. Or sorry, 10. So a grand total of 25 credits spent right now. So it's not too bad. Yeah, we'll go ahead and target her, get some bleeds up. Now, I use the cyborg here. A lot of people use the Reapers, but I think the cyborg's ability to just do extra attacks in a lineup like this, especially when you have a lot of Kree nobles coming down, he gets his attacks, and he has an ability that allows him to do an extra attack as well. And he's a pretty big offensive tool, so I mean, I've been really prone to using him. I'm not sure though. Everybody else I've teamed up or paired up with seems to love the Reaper better. So, if there's any pro tips or advice about that, let me know. I mean, I don't know. Maybe right now it's just my preference. I don't have any scientific fact to base up which one's better, the Reaper or the Cyborg. But I mean, if the Reaper is better, I need to know so I can go ahead and swap them out. I mean, he seems to do his job rather effectively. And when you've got Ronan that just summons Reapers and Nobles, I mean, why not have him in as an extra differential? Yeah, I just asked somebody what I should target, and they were kind of joking and ribbing in my thing. I said 5 mil. 5 mil. I'm like, yeah, no, this is going to be like a big, monstrous one. Red Skull's brand new. I'm just on Mad Tinkerer Gaming. Oh, what's my lane? What are you talking about?
Whenever you were chatting with people in the chat, right?
Yeah.
You said that you were streaming.
Yeah.
Somebody asked what your channel name was.
Oh, not in my live stream. I don't see it up here.
in the live stream chat. On the global chat or whatever.
Oh. I must have missed that. Oh, I get it now. They want me to just stream to 5 million. I don't know if I'll get there or not. I don't think I'm that good. We'll see. I don't know how all the setup's going to go if I can keep just floating back and forth.
Check the YouTube chat, baby.
Ah, I got one. This is a little odd. I'm going to send some messages, typing them in, but I'm also going to do my best to just bullshit. I mean, you can see it happening on the screen, so I can just as easily talk to you. Oh man, this is going to be Let's see what all we can get up over here. Let's take out Mr. Sinister. I do not like Mr. Sinister. Yeah, I see you eat, boss. I'll see how much I can get in tonight. I'm not sure what all I'm going to do completely on here. I'm just going to do my best to crush as much as I can. I know that this is set for what, a 2-hour return. I know I'll get through at least the milestones, especially since I'm trying to talk and play at the same time. That's just really going to drag me down quite a bit. Some of the guys I know will probably hit about 12 million in my alliance, so I'm hoping that I can, since I'm not really doing much but sitting at home, can maybe catch up to that. My goal is to try and get maybe, I don't know, in the 8 brackets up here, and trying to finish out the milestones. Let's see here, what do I really want to target first? I guess I'll go ahead and just shoot for Captain Marvel. Take out their powerhouse. Try to get her dead before she gains her life back. Shouldn't be too difficult at this low level. Start working on some of the damage. Let's see what yeah, this is all going to be pretty much a bunch of boring stuff right here. Everybody else is probably already crushing through this right now on their own stuff. just sent a message in our global to this guy who hopped on here. Glad to see you, Yeet. And yeah, I know you were, I just read up in here trying to get both of his stuff out there. The good thing is, this is what I would predict. If you can hit around 8 million, I mean, that's a high number, I know, for a lot of people. But 8 million, I believe, will get you enough stars to probably get around the 50 mark. And then in the second blitz, if you do the same, beat all the milestones, get around 8 million, you should be able to unlock him no matter what. I know he's a 100 shard unlock, so I mean it shouldn't be too difficult to do that. So you watching the stream, Yeet? You can post it up in Global. I can read it there too. This is a new for me, so we'll see what happens. There's a lot of delay. Oh, Beard's showing off. 2.3 million. Woo! He must have hopped on right as it started. Get a parched mouse sitting here talking while I'm playing. A lot of you will actually get to see my little saved roster as well, which is kind of fun though. If you want to see me lose some of these, I'm pretty sure quite badly. And other ones will be, wow, that's a pretty good team. I think most of my teams are built well. I just haven't been able to sink a lot into it. I wish I could do more, you know, like open up tons of red stars and just stack them on everybody I've got. That would be amazing, but I don't see that happening. I'm $50 a pop for red stars. There's just better things that I have to purchase, you know, like, I don't know, groceries and utilities. So 750,000 will get me what I need for right now. But we're going to try to keep pushing that just a little bit. We'll see where we can get. Now, I used to start at the low end of the spectrum and just work my way up. But I felt like I'd cleared through more milestones, starting with the top guys and working my way down, and then going back and working my way back up again, just to try and get through these. Like what I'm talking about tiers, right now I'm at tier 3. After 4 wins, I'll jump up to tier 4, and it'll add to your multiplier. So the higher up you go, the bigger your multiplier, the bigger points you're going to get. So when you get to like tier 7s and tier 8s, you're going to get a ton of points for killing a team. So I'm hoping for those of you that are out there that haven't blitzed a lot, maybe you'll try. Still going to target the medic first. Now my Nick Fury is only at 6 stars, so I should probably be trying to farm the Kree, but I haven't really used much Nick Fury, other than where he's at right now. I haven't really had a need for him to be higher than that. So I haven't really focused on building up the Kree minions as much as I should. But to unlock him, you have to have a Kree minions. And right now you're getting them pretty good drop rates, stuff like that. 2 times drop rates on the Kree minions, so if you need them, go get them. If you're having those kind of problems, just back out and select up a different team, and then come back to the teams that you can lately. A lot of times when you're, I guess, high ranking, like if I've got a 360k Brotherhood team, I'm going to be facing 360k X-Men teams just because most people have them up there. That's what the game has. It just kind of balances it out power-wise, but not team-wise. If you're not getting an optimal one, one of the things that a lot of people in my alliance do is we took one of those lists that you can find up good pair-ups, good matchups, and a lot of times you can select and try to go through the 2 or 3 different guys that will pop up, and hopefully you can find one that's at least a decent pair-up for you to go to. If not, just back out and select a different team and go at it that way. A lot of times I found if I did back out and selected a different team, it still matches me up with the same guy, as long as you're roughly the same power level. So if you've got one, say like this brawler team, if I've got a power armor team that's roughly the same level, but I'd come up against a group that this team wasn't good against, but power armor was, sometimes I can drop out and pick the power armor back up and it'll still be the same team display for me to go against. Sometimes. It doesn't happen very often, but sometimes I get lucky and get to swap out and find a decent pair. And then just hold off for a little while. Kill a couple with different teams, and then come back and it'll pair you up with somebody different. You'll be at a higher level. That right there is one of my favorite teams. I'm gonna spend 25 and play that one again. If you hadn't noticed, the brawler teams are very good power-wise. I don't really care who I'm playing against. I'm going to test it out against anybody. If I lose, I lose. I just sit back down to the tier I'm at. Right now I'm at like tier 3, so I mean it's not like it's pairing me up against massive people. When you get to 7s and 8s is when you have to really worry about that kind of stuff. They do have a Hella in here, so she's going to be my prime target. So I'm going to try to burn her off the map. And that was a quick takedown. They've got Quake in here designed to do AoE damage. We'll take care of her. But the whole premise of this right here, it's just brawlers and the triumvirate of the brawler team, right? Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel, and America Sanchez. Captain Marvel just gives you a bunch of extra attacks. Or sorry, Miss Marvel gives you a bunch of extra attacks. Captain Marvel is just a brawl powerhouse. But then Spider-Man's giving you the speed buffs. And the Thing, he does attacks back every time anybody attacks him. And he's a powerhouse guy. So, I mean, why not put him in? Then American Chavez is her specials, like I believe, almost pound for pound. The biggest damage boost up there. I mean, especially if you can get up to like a tier 13 or tier 14 and have that special maxed out, it's an amazing boost. This team I do not like. I've never been really good at playing out the Spider-Verse, but I'm going to go ahead and throw this one in there and we'll see what happens. I wish Marvel Strike Force would do something, because you've got the Green Goblin in here and he's part of the Sinister Six. Either they need to give us the like Dr. Octopus or like a Sandman to finish out the Sinister Six, or they need to give us like somebody like Spider-Gwen. I mean, I know we have the symbiote Spider-Man, but mine's not strong enough yet. So, I mean, I guess that works. Put the symbiote Spider-Man in here, but you've also got 2 villains in this mix. At least one solid villain. Venom's kind of like an anti-villain, or anti-hero, I guess. He just doesn't like Spider-Man, so I don't know why it really ever worked with Spider-Man. Let's go ahead and take Hell out. I wasn't really paying attention to what was going on the screen, so I didn't really notice what was going on. I wasn't paying attention to who I was actually playing against, so I wasn't even aware that Ella was on the board at the time. Alright. Change teams again. We'll see where we can get. We'll see where we can get. Now we're getting down to my weaker teams, but I've had fun running the Fantastic Four sometimes in this stuff. I'll go ahead and claim my rewards as I go down through here. Now, they're not really designed for Blitz, but they don't do poorly in it. I know everybody set them up for just a war offense. They're definitely not a raid team, but they haven't done poorly in Blitz. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to target Hawkeye first. I believe his disruption of my abilities and takeaways of all of the buffs I get is just pain. Barrier everybody, and then we'll just start working on console. That did not take anything. I always go into this when I use the Fantastic Four and I think the worst of them. I think I'm going to just lose like instantly when I hit Blitz. Just because I don't feel like they were designed for this. So it's just, it's out there. It's a little different. But they seem to hold up fairly well. I hope the lag's not too bad. Well, this is pretty fun. I mean, I've not really done streaming before, so I'm kind of, well, no, I am absolutely new to it. So we're going to figure out all these ins and outs as we go. Probably have to get up here in a minute and take my dog for a walk. I'll just leave it going while I do that. It's not like I've got a whole lot of followers on here watching this. Okay, we're going to take a really unbalanced supernatural team in here, and we'll see how badly they lose. This one and Spider-Verse are ones that I just absolutely dread bringing in here. I mean, it just, I think to myself, this is instant lose. I'm going to go ahead and take out Wanda. I don't like the Scarlet Witch. We're going to put Iron Man here on the stone. Extend everything out a little bit. Now we can just work from there. Let's crush some Iron Man. I bet he's him or Wolverine's going to be the biggest damagers. Oh, look at those revives. AI revives. AI revives. But yeah, as I go up a little higher in the ranks, I'll try to find some X-Men teams and see what we can do. Break into aim. What's your biggest team, Yeet? I mean, you got a pretty big build-up. I mean, I'm not really ever looked at your stuff. so I don't know 100% for sure. Get rid of Pyro. I don't like his bleeds. And we'll work over here on Sabertooth. Yeah, sorry, I know it's a quiet time here. I guess I have to be more attentive when I'm live streaming. I can't just talk to myself the entire time. But I mean, I don't know. Talking about the little tactics I'm using here doesn't seem worthwhile. I'm still building a following. I hope I'm building a following anyway. Just trying to get through this stuff as best I can. It's a lot of points you have to get to. 750k, so we're about halfway there. I hope I have enough juice to go ahead and knock it out. Hey Swole, how you doing, buddy? Okay, we're going to take the Wakanda team in here. Now this is pretty unbalanced too because my Shuri is way higher than everybody else on the team. But we're going to do what we can do. I mean, I like Maraudertron too, but I mean, I still love playing my bro Rauders. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's just, I can't break them up. For some odd reason, I just find that they are absolutely fascinating together. Yeah, I thought I might try to do a live stream, see if it works out. Maybe people will enjoy it, hop on, bullshit with me up in here, build a little community. That's how people do it, right? One day at a time, one little video at a time. I just hope I can represent our global pretty well, you know. I don't know, Swole. I've never been a big fan of Toad and the Blob. I mean, I know they've been around for forever as Brotherhood guys, and I'm sure they have their place. But when I watched that video on it, I just didn't see them actually bringing something better to the board than Mystique and Sabertooth. It's kind of weird. Alright, let's see here. I don't know if this is a good matchup here. What do you guys think? You want me to go in here and try this one? Sinister Six versus Spider Symbiotes. What else is available? This one I'm pretty sure I could hands down wreck it. I'm going to steer clear of the power armor. Let's go for wreckage. I think we'll go for wreckage. We're trying to get the points. So let's just go ahead and wipe it out as quick as we can. Oh, that delay got me. Sorry, man. You were probably typing and there's a bit of a delay between when I'm speaking and when you all are getting it. So I'm probably just going to have to wait a little longer next time. The Spider-Man one would have been good, but right now I'm just trying to get the points up until we can get to the upper tiers and start racking in stuff. Yeah, Skull's pretty good. I have to admit, Skull is pretty good. We'll get to see him here in a minute. I think he's at the very bottom of my roster. I'm going to be anxious to see what these things open up. It's supposed to be some good stuff. Characters that are from their second year. So, I'm hoping it'll be pretty good. I'll probably play back through my roster one more time at least and see where we end up at. Let's test out this really bad Inhumans. Because I ain't built any of them up. Most of these guys are probably like level 1, no abilities. This is probably pretty bad. Well, how did that work out for you, Swole? I think this is going to be a beatdown. Let's see if I can quit this before we lose that so I don't lose my points. They absolutely wrecked you, huh? What happened to Yeet? He went and hit on us, huh? Let's see. Need to let Commander Fire to hop over here. He asked if I was streaming, and I told him yeah, but he ain't popped in here yet. I've seen Yeet, but not him. Okay, so let's see here. Here they are. Here's my really weak Hydra team. We'll see what happens. Maybe we can get to that 450,000 mark, and then we can work our way back up. Alright. I think in this case I'm going to try to take out the Punisher. Well, at least there's one of you guys up in here. We can spread the love later. I'll stream for a little while if people want to hop over here and bullshit, they can. Yeah, mine are about like 90k. I know it's bad. It's one of those things where I need to upgrade them, but I'm still so entrenched in trying to get in Dark Dimensions 3. And my plan is once I get into Dark Dimensions 3, taking the gold and the stuff that I get from there and probably sinking them into stuff like Hydra. Alright, I'm not sure. I think everybody in my roster's been used. I believe we've gone through everybody. So now we'll just start our way back up. I might as well just go ahead and use them again. My stuff is already over 5 stars, so I'm just waiting for Black Bolt to come around. I'll sink a little here and there, but right now I'm just trying my best to. I'm not going to do good against that. Yeah, that would wreck me. Alright, I'll test it out against the old Avengers. Red Skull versus Captain America. We'll see what happens. Yeah, let's get this party started, Swole. See if this works. That's what this was all about anyway, right? Sadly enough, I think Hawkeye's going to be my first target. Then I'm just going to shoot Cap with my Red Skull. Easy. In real life, the Hulk would just smash them all. It doesn't really matter. He's super swole. Yeah, this is a pretty nuts team. You like the U7 video? I thought it was pretty useful. The strategies I've been using seem to hold up on about any lane. Now the middle one is a little tougher. I tend to time out on the first boss a lot on it, but I mean it seems to be pretty good. Well, some of us have been thinking in our group that we probably have reached a kind of like a plateau level where we're at. So I don't know what we're going to do. I mean, I like everybody we run with, but because there's a huge differential between power levels, it's really difficult to progress any further, I think, than where we're at. We do well, don't get me wrong. I mean, we're all a fun group and we like being around each other. We've never really had a problem with anything. It's just, I think mathematically we're not going to advance much more than maybe gold 2 without being held up. And it might come down to where we do a split off unit. You know, maybe like take top out of one group and top out of another group and make one big alliance to run, and then have everybody else be in the 300k range, still running basic, where we've got a lot of 400k guys that we could really use just to be crushing stuff. Okay, yeah, I've got to work on this medic here. She's gonna kill the hell out of me if I don't take her out. She's gonna bring back like Hella, and I don't want to deal with Hella twice. But maybe I do need to at least knock her out once. Alright, this might make it a little easier. Yeah, this is one of my fears right here. This is one of the most unbalanced teams. I just kind of went ahead and threw them together, waiting for Black Bolt. So it's just not good. Now, I don't know about going super low. I think most of our guys are between 2 and 3 million. Maybe 2 and 3.5 million. I'm talking we've got maybe like 10 people that are over 4 million. And that would be a good group to go and maybe get another 4 million bunch of people together and build around. And that wouldn't devastate that one alliance too much, you know, our core alliance. They could recruit 3 million to 3.5 million people, and it wouldn't disrupt them. It'd make them more balanced. But I don't know. I love everybody I play with, so I don't see it happening anytime soon. It's just going to be one of those things where eventually it's going to wear on a lot of people if you're not really truthfully advancing. And the thing is, no matter how fast we go up where we're at, everybody else is going to go up just at the same pace. So you got to decide at some point in time. So, but it's not on my shoulders to do that. Let's see here, what do we have? Ooh. Oh, definitely not doing the Guardians. We'll take on the Iron Man, Spider-Man group here. So Sinister Six versus some Spider-Man-ish heroes. Let's see what this team does here. I haven't even been paying attention to where I'm at. I probably not even broke what I need to. Let's do some slow going here. Get our offense ups. I need to read that more. I thought the Shocker put it on all Sinister Six, but it might just be people he's around, so he might need to be placement-wise in the center. I'll have to check that out. Yeah, I'm not looking to go all the way down, but we just discussed it. A couple of us, anyway, have been discussing stuff like that. Oh, shoot, we've still got a ways to go. Alright, let's start pouring. We're only on tier 6. We're going to start having to work. I'm glad we're on our way back up to where we get to the good teams anyway. Let's see here, where was I? So back to Wakandans. I think Yeet probably got tired and was like, nope, ain't doing this. Ain't gonna watch somebody else play Strike Force. I'm gonna go and play it myself. We are taking out this healer. This is probably going to be a tough one. I think that Iron Fist is way above my power capacity here. I don't think the rest of the team is, but I think he did like me. He's got his healer way up high. Thank God neither of these has a revive between them, you know what I mean? Now let's start focusing on putting everybody back defensive. Yeah, I haven't really worked too much on Wakandans. Now, they're really good, but with so many other teams that came out kind of like right after them, they've kind of been put on that back burner. I mean, Supernatural's up there, all the new Brotherhoods up there. I think if you have a really strong Iron Fist and Jessica Jones, you can pretty much hold down the fort. Luke Cage can be like a medium level guy. Oh man, we need another 100,000 to break this next barrier. That's like 5 more wins. Let's see what we can get. And we're back to aim. AIM versus Avengers. Let's do this. Yeah. Punisher sitting in the backdrop if you've got an Iron Fist and a decent Daredevil. Yeah, I think Iron Fist and then Punisher are the 2 worst ones. But Jessica Jones' ability to clear stuff off is wreckage material. Out of everybody in the Defenders, I think she's like the most underrated. Her ability to cleanse stuff up and provide energy just, it's bonkers. Yeah, I can see that. They did a rework on called them Tier 1 Avengers or whatever, but they really didn't do anything. Originally, like Captain America and Black Widow were god tier characters in the game almost. They've definitely fallen from grace quite a bit because their buffs that they give don't allow them to attack at the same time. They're not an offensive, here's your buff now. Captain America here, I'm putting this up with my taunt and my defense ups on everybody, but guess what? It didn't do any damage. Same with her. I'm going to speed everything up, but I didn't get to hit for anything. Alright, here's my question. Now, I built this team up because I wanted them in defense, so I've used my researcher, like the aim researcher, which is good. They never die, but I'm having real problems offensively. I believe I need to work up my assaulter and put him in place of the researcher. Is that the lineup that you run there? I mean, when I put him on defense, I want him to stay alive a long time. But so far, I think the assaulter or aim assault would be better. With only the 2 damagers between Graviton and the Monstrosity, I'm just not getting anywhere when I'm trying to beat somebody down. Love you, boo.
Love you too. Hi, everyone.
Let's see here. What's the next team in the lineup? I think it's right above them. It might be Supernatural. All right. Yeah, I like Supernatural. It's not balanced because my else is way lower than everybody else. Alright, I'm going to put this team to the test. We're going to take Supernatural versus X-Men. Yeet was talking about he got paired against X-Men quite a bit. And he's having a hard time when he gets thrown up against these mid-level X-Men teams. So we're going to see what holds up here. It might be who he's targeting as well. I really do feel like out of these, some of the characters that you wouldn't think should be your prime targets really should be. For example, Storm and the X-Men stuff is just, she's devastation. She builds up extra attacks and speed, and it's just, she's rough. Also, let's try to she's got all the stuff on her already. I don't want to have to fight her just yet. Looks like I'm going to be fighting a Dark Phoenix. Let's see what happens. See if we can take her out first before she blows up the entirety of my field. Yeah, this does not bode well. Yeah, this will be where I lose it. Well, okay, at least I don't feel too bad. I got rid of the Phoenix. Yeah, this was not a good matchup. So Supernatural does not hold up against X-Men at low tier. Oh man, everybody must have started way before me. I guess it's because I was just trying to set this up to get a live stream going. Yeah, which is your favorite Ghost Rider, though? That's the real question. There have been several. Let's see if there's a team here worth my challenges. I'm going to try this because I think well, I don't know. Do I want to do that one with the Cyclops or do I want to do this one with the Captain Marvel? I really want to push this team. I think Captain Marvel is the better character. Oh, the Nick Cage Ghost Rider. I, I was talking about the ones in the comic books, you know, like Johnny Blaze. There's another one that came a little later. I think the original one was the Johnny Blaze one, the old school Ghost Rider. I like the new ones, like, well, there's the old school one, and then there's like the second wave, which has the more like a bike where it had like a shield kind of on the front of it. And then there's a third rendition which went back to like a Harley style bike. And I don't know, I've always liked that new wave bike that they had on the second rendition. But he was pretty badass. Danny Ketch, I think that was his name. So Johnny Blaze, I like Danny Ketch's bike. It was pretty badass. I think that's around the time when I started reading some of the Ghost Rider novels and stuff like that. And he was very intense. I think Danny Ketch was when it started becoming more like the Midnight Suns era Ghost Rider, where he would team up with Morbius and Blade and Moon Knights and stuff like that. I think that's where you also got the Vengeance character, and you got Blackout. Back to Spider-Verse. Let's see how badly I can jack this up. I'm not even looking at global right now. I'm just kind of trying to get through this. Just first. Now we can start tearing up the Punisher. I really need to sink some stuff into Spider-Man. My Spider-Man is absolutely useless. I've had him for forever. He's 7-starred. I've never put anything into him. He's probably like a gear tier like 5. Sorry, maybe gear tier 9. I did sink a little bit into him when I thought I might have to go Spider-Verse for some. Ouch. Yep, that's why I don't like Spider-Verse. I've never been really good using them. But oh well. We move on. We move on. We're going to start getting back up into the teams that I do like using. Let's see here. Who would you pick if you really wanted to have characters come in the future? I like Moon Knight. I mean, I saw Dom post that up in there. Moon Knight seems good. I'm thinking Spider-Gwen, Doc Ock, Domino, and Nega Teenage. Or Negasonic Teenage. Okay, well, I have to target them, so let's get this over with. Get him out of the way. Take out Rocket. Let's squish a Samandus. Yep. Dude, like I said, this is one of my favorite teams right here. I love this team. I don't think I may have lost like one time with this team because I had like a 10K American Chavez. But that team is just absolutely bonkers. Now I got to get back through all this stuff and get my stuff up. I don't think we're going to get Doc Ock. It would be nice, but I don't see it happening. All right. Let's see what this little group of shield guys can do. Let's break this tier 13 here so we can move on to try and get to 14 before I stop. I know most people are probably up in like the millions and millions by now. Yeah, the X-Men teams are just ridiculous. Is there a better Shield team to compete in Arena? I don't know if Coulson helps out or not. I mean, I know he's good in more defense. I'll have to research that because, like I said, we're getting to the area where I'm starting to lose faith in some of these teams. When they're in the 170s, they just don't seem to hold up as well. And I've got several teams over 200K, but I don't have a lot of teams over 200K. So it becomes a real struggle when you're trying to go through some of this blitzing. Does Coulson actually help in blitzing, though? I mean, I don't know. I never thought he did. Like I said, a lot of times stuff like my Spider-Verse is not very strong. My shield, even though it should be strong, I never really developed it too much. I just went straight to BK10. Who do you replace Coulson with in the mix? Do you put in Coulson in place of what? Trooper or something? Probably Trooper. All right. Only 132,000 left. Let's see what we can do. Go back here and check it. I've got a Trooper here. I also have the Assaulter's kind of weak. I don't have Operative in mine. I just have the Trooper. I went with the ones that I thought were strongest. Okay. Well, I'll give it a shot. It's worth it. We'll go down here and find him first in our lineup. Let's see what we can find here. We'll try this. We'll drop the Trooper, put in Coulson. Let's do this. We'll give it a shot. We'll see what happens. I thought the Assault kind of went with him. The Assault's what boosts up all of their crit strikes, right? I know the Trooper does like the odds and ends and adds a high level of I'm going to counterattack, but the Assault's the one that does the whole extra critical boost. So far, so good. I knew you have to have security and medic and fury and Coulson. I think it's just up to whatever your biggest red star is really for the final guy. That went a lot smoother than I thought it was going to be. Alright, so let me go in here and we'll make that adjustment. I'll set him in place of that. Let's see here. We'll go over here and manage the one we currently have. We'll just get rid of it. Done. Go back out here. Save this squad. Go back in and resituate it. That way I don't forget. I think this one might actually be a little more powerful. Maybe. It was pretty close. I think it's fallen in the same power range. I used power armor the last time too, so let's go on up here and we'll do the X-Men this time around. See what we can do. Let me change the team out. We're going to drop Psylocke and we're going to put in Cyclops. Alright, we're going to do this. X-Men versus Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah, I saw that. I do appreciate testing out stuff. I haven't really done a live stream before, so getting feedback's pretty good. So what'd you think about my bit on the defenders? I just want to squish him with the Phoenix move. Come on, stay alive long enough for me to kill you with Phoenix. Well, now we're back up to getting more points. Oh, this is going to be a pretty good matchup right here. Even power levels. I'm not sure about his team composition, but we'll see what happens. Hey, Dustin Bones, how you doing? Yeah, I posted a video the other day about the original Defenders and how I think maybe Fox Next needs to, I don't know, upgrade tags on their characters because they're missing quite a few. Like the original Defenders were Strange, Hulk, and Namor, and they have all three of those characters now in Marvel Strike Force, but none of them are Defenders. I think if they actually did a little research, they could add a bunch of extra tags to characters. Like Colossus could get an X-Force tag. You know, that way you have maybe some teams you could compose that haven't been able to be composed without really having to build whole new characters. You know, you might want to add Domino and Negasonic Teenage Warhead when the new Deadpool movie comes out, but you've already got Colossus, Cable, and Deadpool, but right now only two of them have X-Force titles, you know? Instead of having to add or build a whole new character, just give Colossus an X-Force title. Maybe have some spare stuff in his abilities. Add a little bit of extra coding, and then you don't have to design something completely from scratch. It would benefit them to do that. But I mean, think about team comp-wise. Right now you just have defenders as, there's only really 4 defenders, and you add somebody else in. Well, this would give you 3 extra real defenders to put in. And if they ever make a Silver Surfer, he would be a defender. I mean, I'm sure they would have him as like a Herald. I wish they would do the Heralds of Galactus. That would be amazing. But they would have him as a Herald, and they could have him as a defender. And then you could put them on multiple teams instead of just confining them to what they are. For example, like Thor is an Asgardian, but he's also an Avengers Wave 1. I mean, he gets both. Why not do that to other people? That was just one of those things, Dust. Sorry, I was not paying attention. This is not going to go well for me. This is not going to go well at all. Actually, I'm going to back out. I don't want to lose where I'm at. Sorry, I was talking and I didn't pay attention to a Mr. Sinister with Ultron combo sitting right there that I was getting ready to face. That was just kind of stupid of me. Now this one, I will give it a shot.
Go to bed, Jace.
That's what I'm saying. You'll have to add a little bit of extra coding in. But you should be able to have him pair up when he's with Phoenix. He does something when he's with X-Force. He would do something. It's just power updates. I mean, they would have to reprogram him just a little bit, but they've already got him created and in the game already. I mean, just like they're getting ready to do with Thanos here when they come out with the Black Hand. He's going to get a whole kit rework. Yeah, I also feel pretty strongly about having characters that are only usable with one build. Like, I love the Juggernaut. Even though he is a Brotherhood, he's usable everywhere. Yeah, that's right, pretty much. I mean, you even had, if you read the comic books, I even think Wolverine's been in X-Force for a little while as a hunter. I mean, literally, you could, with the addition of Domino and adding an X-Force tag to Wolverine and Colossus, you could have an X-Force team. Just rework their kits, just a hair. And I mean, I've been kind of disappointed. You had Deadpool, one of my most favorite characters ever, and the only person he's got a synergy with is Cable, and neither of them work in a team with anybody else, really. I mean, you can stick him with mutants. I guess you could put Deadpool and Cable and Mr. Sinister together. But then what? Put Strife up there so you have the two odd-shaped brothers cloning it out against each other. Wow, that was milestone 14 already. It took me a little longer than I thought, but it's because I've been talking a lot. So what are you guys at in the raid so far, in the blitz so far? Yeah, that's not going to go. That's not going to go. So I'll take this team. Alright, let's try to take out Vision. Get our counters up. Since I think Vision is probably the biggest threat on that team currently. I hate his dodges. Oh my god, really? How come the AI is that lucky? If I play Vision, he doesn't dodge anything. He doesn't dodge anything at all. This guy just dodged like 5 of my attacks. That's crazy. That's true. That's why at some point in time with my grouping that I've been doing, my Bro Rotters. Eventually, Juggernaut's going to get replaced with probably Strife, just because he gets more benefits from Mr. Sinister. I had thought about using Colossus, as he is a mutant and Mr. Sinister can share all of his abilities with him. But I really do feel like Strife, if I can get him built up high enough, I would be able to run him with ease in there. However, the Juggernaut being a full 7-star, 6 red star for me is just way better than anything else I could stick in there currently. You'll get to see him here in a minute. I'm about 2 teams away. My Bro Rotters. I like that name. It just kind of sticks. It feels good. Everything in there is Brotherhood or Marauders. Yeah, I'm out of work for at least 1 more week. And then they'll figure out whether I have to go back or not. So you're at work watching me stream? Oh, that might be not good. This marble's gone. I think I'm gonna just run through them. Now, I am noticing I'm seeing a lot of Deadpool cables dumped into teams, like all across the board. I don't know. They seem like they've made their way as good fillers because they can play off of each other, but then when they don't have synergy with anybody else, they just don't really accomplish much. Well, this is my first stream too, so I'm glad multiple people have at least watched it a little bit. I'm getting my butt kicked. Oh, that was great. Didn't even have to revive him. I like when Groot does that, but that never really happens for me. That's like a first. Y'all got to witness it. Groot does revive. Groot does revive. That's like something I never see. Didn't even have to use Minerva to bring it back. Hey, be safe if you're out and working though, Dust. I misread that completely there. All Alright, here's my bro rotters. Let's see what we can do here. I might try to get to about 1 million and then I'll cut off the live stream. That'll be about 2 hours. 3 or 4 people came in. It's not too bad. Maybe more people will see it later. I think it stays in YouTube for like 14 days. So that'll be good.
Stays on YouTube forever.
It is pretty depressing when you hear about all that stuff going on all the time. I've been more interested in the news with the government and how they're trying to work through to get us stimulus. I don't have anything set up to be able to do a roster. Well, to even accept one, I don't think. If I get to the point where I'm doing that, I will do so. I will get a roster review from people and do that. I mean, my wife will probably be more than happy. Anything to make a little extra money while I'm sitting here at home, right? Yeah, I'll check into setting up Patreon. I think that's what my wife was saying. We'll set that up and I'll add that to my list of stuff in my YouTube channel and y'all can do whatever you feel like. If you do donate $10, it'll be great. I think my wife was like, I have one. You can use it. I guess we need to check and see where it's set up to go to. I don't even remember. We'll move that stuff around and maybe I'll get to that later there, Swole. I wouldn't mind doing roster reviews. I don't mind doing those at all. Those are fun. I liked mine. It was pretty good. Hey, support's great. I'm trying to I'm not really wanting this to be a living or nothing, but I mean, it's nice when people like what you're doing. What orbs are these? Oh, I've got 4 Blitz orbs. Let's go ahead and crack these suckers while I'm doing this. Oh, Hydra guys. Hydra guys. Rescue. The Thing. Monstrosity. Alright. Well, that's pretty good. I think about half of those will go to... See what that pops up here. I bet it's going to go to all kinds of stuff here. Yeah. 100 extra credits. I got to figure out what those orbs are that we've got, or that we're collecting up. What is that stuff? All these specialty things we've got. Alright, where do we go when we get these specialty things? What's going on with this event stuff? I'm just gonna auto win these for the 2 extra golds. I don't really think it's worth it for me to go through that and fight that right now. Okay, let's see here. What do we got? What do we got? Now we've been getting them little shards, correct? What are they? What do we unlock with them? Are they not available for usage yet? I mean, I haven't seen it listed up here. I mean, am I missing it? Let's go back and we'll hit some more blitz real quick and see what happens. I need to find out what we're using those things on. How many times do you on average go up and down your roster there, Swole? 2, 3 times, 4 times before you call it a break? Yeah, I saw that. I just thought since they were releasing them, maybe they were available. I guess it might not come out till tomorrow to use them on it. Sad, isn't it? I think I've actually been here for the full 2 years. Try to take out this Namor here, just to get him out of the way. I love those free attacks from Mr. Sinister. It's ridiculous. He's such a beast. I might try to hit this a little harder over the next little bit, but I don't know. I don't think I really want to put as much time as some of the people in my alliance are going to put into this. They're going to go bonkers. There's one guy, I feel like he's probably going to try to push 12 million. Easy. 12 to 13 million. I think the most he's done was like 14.5 million. That was, I believe, last week when he got sent home. We're going to do this. See if I can punch up like 100,000. What I've tried to do with most of mine is I'll go ahead and blow through them once, and then they revive the next day. So I'll have it at 500 again, and then I can just go back up and down my roster at least one more time. Especially these are like 3-day long blitzes, so that shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, those kind of people have a lot of cores, a lot of money. something that I don't have. I wish I could do that. That'd be crazy. Thank God it didn't. Well, that was a useless blind. Thank you, Jessica Jones. Here's where I would end up losing it. I think I'm going to, because it will put me back at the start of 7 and I can gain more points. How deep is your roster? Do you have like most teams in like at least 100K range? Like when I first started, I didn't have teams that were maybe like 75,000 and 120,000. And then I would start at the bottom, go all the way up to the top, and then work my way back down. And, you know, once you get to, like he's saying, 7 to 8.3, then just stop using the lower end garbage and go with the upper end guys. That is not okay with me. I do not want to do that. So I'm going to stop there. I'm not going to waste my cores because I'm in the middle of a U7 run and I might need them later. So as much as I want to, that's where I'm going to stop this one. Where did we get to? What am I sitting at? I'm over 1 million, so that's not bad. 1.1 million for a 2-hour run, hour and 48 minutes. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. When I refresh everything back up, I'll try it again. So, anyway, I'm going to probably stop this stream here. It was nice to have you guys in here and visit with me a little bit. So, yeah, but I mean, go ahead and set your teams up that you want to build. Have them in the bottom half of your roster. And anything in the 70 to 100K, use them as your initial start teams. You know, just go through them a couple of times. And then, you know, because you'll get paired against people that are at that level when you first start out. It would be really good to do that. It'll add a few extra teams to your roster, a couple extra wins in your belt. You know, not a big deal. Get you a few extra points here and there. Every point counts, right? Anyway, I'm going to stop the stream and I will catch you all later. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.